When Mahindra opened the doors to its new factory in India, the entire auto world stopped to watch. With AI-powered robots and a smart control hub that reacts in seconds, this place feels like the future. So what exactly did they discover inside that left everyone stunned? We're about to reveal what was discovered inside India's new Mahindra factory, which reveals the unthinkable. The backstory. The journey didn't begin with luxury showrooms or cutting-edge machines. It began in 1945, right after India's independence movement, when two brothers, J.C. Mahindra and K.C. Mahindra, along with their friend Malik Ghulam Muhammad, decided to start a small steel trading company. They didn't dream of building cars at the time. All they wanted was to contribute to a nation that was just finding its footing. But over time, that humble beginning started to grow into something much bigger than anyone expected. From trading steel, Mahindra slowly moved into assembling rugged utility vehicles for India's rough terrains. These weren't sleek city rides or luxury cars. They were tough, no-nonsense machines built to handle dusty roads, rocky paths, and unpredictable weather. That reliability earned Mahindra a loyal following among farmers, transporters, and adventurers who needed vehicles that could survive anything. As the years passed, the company expanded across continents, exporting tractors, SUVs, and even electric vehicles. What started as a local Indian brand was now making its mark in over 100 countries. From Africa to South America, Mahindra became a global symbol of Indian engineering. Practical, durable, and built to last. While the world was busy talking about brands like Toyota, Ford, or Tesla, Mahindra was quietly crafting its own legacy, one that valued endurance, innovation, and purpose over flash. So the question still stands. How did a small steel trading company from 1945 grow into one of India's biggest automakers and a global player in the automotive world? What really happened behind the scenes that pushed Mahindra from local roads to the world stage? The birth of the new factory. Just outside the city of Pune, in a place called Chakan, stands one of the most advanced car factories in India, the Mahindra Chakan plant. At first glance, it might look like a typical industrial setup with long buildings and rows of vehicles. But step inside, and you'll realize this isn't just another car factory. It's the heart of Mahindra's global ambition, a place where man and machine come together to build the future of Indian automobiles. Chakan isn't just about assembling cars, it's about precision, innovation, and technology. Every inch of the facility is designed to operate like a living, breathing system. Robots move around with incredible accuracy, arms swinging with mechanical grace as they weld, paint, and fit parts together. Artificial intelligence monitors every stage of production, spotting tiny defects that the human eye could easily miss. Chakan plant brings together the best of both worlds, the human touch and robotic precision. Engineers and technicians don't just stand by and watch. They control, adjust, and fine-tune every process, ensuring that each vehicle leaving the factory floor meets world-class standards. It's not about speed alone. It's about perfection and consistency. The purpose behind this massive setup goes far beyond the Indian market. Mahindra built this plant to compete with global giants, companies like Toyota, Ford, and Tesla. The vehicles made here are not just meant for Indian roads, they're being shipped to over 100 countries. The Chakan plant is where the company designs and produces the next generation of SUVs, electric vehicles, and hybrid models, cars that can stand shoulder to shoulder with any international brand. Another part of this story is how sustainable the plant is. Large sections of the facility run on solar energy, and the water systems are designed to recycle and reuse resources efficiently. Even waste materials are handled with strict environmental standards. It's Mahindra's way of proving that industrial growth and environmental responsibility can coexist. Standing inside the Chakan plant feels like standing in the future. Every spark, every movement, and every completed car represents India's journey toward innovation and global recognition. This is more than just a manufacturing site. It's a symbol of how far Mahindra and India as a whole have come. Entering the factory. The moment you step into Mahindra's Chakan facility, the air smells faintly of new metal and fresh paint, and everything around you gleams with precision. The floors are spotless, not a single oil stain or loose screw in sight. It's hard to believe heavy vehicles are built here because the entire place looks cleaner than most offices. As you walk further, you begin to notice the rhythm of the place. Rows of robotic arms move in perfect sync, welding and assembling with mechanical accuracy that almost feels human. Sparks fly in controlled bursts, painting the air with flickers of orange light. Each robot seems to know exactly when to move, when to stop, and when to wait, like dancers following a silent beat. It's so well timed that if you didn't know better, you'd think the whole place was choreographed. Laser-guided vehicles glide silently across the factory floor, carrying massive car parts without a single human driver. They stop, turn, and move with flawless timing, guided by sensors and digital maps that keep the workflow smooth and efficient. It's the kind of precision you'd expect from companies like Tesla, the kind that makes you forget you're still in India. Every section of the factory is monitored by advanced digital systems that track performance, temperature, and even air quality. Large screens display real-time data showing how each process is performing. Security is tight. Only authorized personnel can access certain zones, and even visitors go through strict clearance checks before stepping foot near sensitive areas. This isn't just about keeping the place safe. It's about maintaining absolute control over every second of production. What's fascinating is the silence. For a place that builds heavy-duty vehicles, the noise is minimal. Machines hum softly, robots whir quietly, and communication happens through subtle signals and screens instead of loud shouts or chaos. The efficiency feels almost unreal, as if the entire factory is thinking for itself. As the team ventured deeper into restricted areas, what they found amazed everyone. There was something happening inside that went beyond car manufacturing, something that revealed just how far Mahindra is willing to go to shape the future of mobility. The scale and operation. As you walk through the production floor, you're greeted by the mesmerizing sight of synchronized robotic arms moving in harmony. Each one twists, welds, and fits parts together with such accuracy that it feels alive. Sparks dance briefly in the air, then fade as another arm moves into position. The entire process feels like a perfectly timed performance, not chaotic or noisy, but smooth and deliberate. It's automation at its finest, the kind of precision you'd associate with high-end global factories. Then come the laser-guided vehicles, small driverless carriers that silently move across the floor, transporting parts from one end of the plant to another. They don't bump, they don't miss a turn, and they never stop for a break. Watching them feels like watching a fleet of robots communicating without words, guided only by invisible lines of code. Every inch of the facility is under advanced digital monitoring. Gigantic screens display real-time production stats, energy usage, and machine performance. Sensors detect even the smallest irregularities before they become a problem. Security is tight too. Access to different areas is restricted, and only specific personnel can enter certain zones after biometric scans. Nothing happens here by accident. Every movement, every click, every spark is tracked and controlled. But the most striking thing is the atmosphere. For such a large operation, it's surprisingly calm. The machines hum softly, workers move with quiet confidence, and everything operates with clockwork precision. It's more like a lab than a factory. Still, as smooth as it all looks, there's an air of mystery. Beyond those restricted glass doors, something else is happening. Something even more advanced, more secretive. And what people discovered inside that hidden section of the Chakan facility would go on to surprise everyone. Because behind that silence lies Mahindra's biggest secret yet, the one that could redefine India's role in the future of car manufacturing. Sustainability and green tech. Now, this factory isn't only about building cars, it's about building a cleaner, more responsible future. Every corner of the facility is designed with sustainability in mind. Start with the roof. Instead of just covering the factory, it works as a massive solar farm. Thousands of solar panels soak up sunlight every day, generating clean electricity that powers large sections of the plant. On a bright day, the facility runs almost entirely on renewable energy. Then there's water. In a country where water scarcity is a growing issue, Mahindra designed an advanced rainwater harvesting system that collects, filters, and stores every drop. During monsoon seasons, the factory becomes self-sufficient, relying on harvested rain instead of external water sources. What's even more impressive is their recycling process. Wastewater from the plant is cleaned and reused for cooling, cleaning, and gardening. Nothing is wasted. The factory also follows a strict zero-waste philosophy. Every material that enters the plant is tracked until it's either used, reused, or recycled. Metal scraps are melted and reshaped, plastic parts are repurposed, and biodegradable waste is turned into compost for green areas around the facility. Even the air is filtered to reduce emissions, making the environment around the plant cleaner than you'd expect from a major manufacturing hub. This green mindset aligns perfectly with India's growing push toward cleaner energy and electric mobility. The government's focus on electric vehicles, renewable power, and sustainable development fits right into Mahindra's vision. The company isn't just following a trend, it's leading one. By using renewable energy and eco-friendly systems, Mahindra is setting an example for other manufacturers across the country. The electric revolution. The world is shifting fast, and Mahindra isn't waiting around to catch up. The company has stepped boldly into the future with its new electric lineup known as the Born Electric series, a clear message that India is ready to compete in the electric vehicle game at a global level. You can almost sense the shift in energy as you walk through the production lines, the transition from traditional fuel-driven machines to clean, quiet electric powerhouses. Engineers and designers here aren't just building cars. They are crafting the future of mobility. The Born Electric series represents Mahindra's vision for the next decade. Each model in this lineup is designed from the ground up to be fully electric. The designs are sleek, bold, and futuristic, with interiors that look like something straight out of a science fiction movie. But it is not just about looks. Every car is equipped with intelligent systems that make driving smoother, safer, and smarter. The goal is to create vehicles that don't just move people but redefine what driving feels like. What makes the Chakan plant even more remarkable is that it has been engineered to handle both electric and hybrid vehicle production under one roof. The same robotic arms that once assembled fuel engines are now building advanced electric drivetrains. The facility is equipped with specialized battery assembly sections, precision cooling chambers, and AI-powered testing units that check every battery cell for efficiency and safety. The blend of technology and human expertise makes the entire process look effortless. As you move deeper inside the plant, the visuals get even more fascinating. Picture this: futuristic prototypes lined up in perfect formation, their metallic frames glistening under bright white lights. Technicians in smart suits move quietly between stations, checking circuits, testing sensors, and running digital diagnostics. The hum of electric motors replaces the roar of old combustion engines. The atmosphere feels less like a factory and more like a research lab shaping tomorrow's transportation. But here's where things get really wild. What powers these machines goes far beyond ordinary electricity. Mahindra is experimenting with advanced battery chemistry and renewable power integration that allows the factory to use clean energy directly from its solar grid. In simple terms, the cars being built here are powered by the same sunlight that fuels the factory. It is a perfect loop of innovation and sustainability, one that very few manufacturers in the world can claim to have achieved. The secret inside the factory. Inside the Chakan facility, beyond the bright production floors and organized assembly lines, lies a restricted zone that very few people ever get to see. It's the part of the factory that doesn't make headlines, yet it holds some of Mahindra's biggest secrets. Most visitors never make it past the security checkpoints, and even employees talk about it with quiet curiosity. What happens behind those sealed glass doors is where the real magic takes place. Inside this hidden section is a network of advanced research and development labs, each one focused on pushing the boundaries of automotive technology. This is where Mahindra's brightest minds are experimenting with the future, things that might not hit the market for years, but could redefine how cars are made and powered. Every table is covered with intricate components, screens filled with code, and engineers working with the kind of focus that only comes when you're building something groundbreaking. One of the first things that grabs attention is the AI-driven quality control system. Instead of relying solely on human inspection, Mahindra has developed artificial intelligence that can detect microscopic flaws in car parts before they even leave the assembly line. The system learns patterns from thousands of images and data points, improving with every scan. It's like having a superhuman eye that never blinks, making sure every car that rolls out of Chakan meets perfection. Then comes the 3D printing lab, a space that looks straight out of a tech documentary. Large machines hum quietly as they build complex parts layer by layer from lightweight materials. These 3D printed components are used for testing new designs, cutting down production time, and allowing engineers to experiment without wasting resources. It's innovation at its most efficient, quick, smart, and endlessly creative, but perhaps the most guarded section of all is the Battery Innovation Lab. Here, Mahindra's engineers are experimenting with next-generation battery cells that promise longer range, faster charging, and better safety. The air inside feels charged with excitement and tension as scientists handle prototypes under strict conditions. The goal is simple: to create a battery that can rival anything in the global market and perhaps even surpass it. And then, in one corner, are the top-secret prototypes. Covered in sleek black sheets, these vehicles are unlike anything Mahindra has ever revealed. Their designs hint at the future: aerodynamic bodies, glowing trims, and interiors that look more like digital lounges than car cabins. Only a handful of people have ever seen them in motion, and what they represent could change how we see Indian automobiles forever. The global ambition. For years, Mahindra was seen as a strong Indian brand, known for tough and reliable vehicles built for local roads. But with the rise of its new technology and electric lineup, the company is setting its sights far beyond India's borders. What's happening inside this facility represents a major shift in how India sees itself in the world of automobiles. This plant is Mahindra's answer to giants like Tesla, Toyota, and Ford. It shows that Indian engineering can stand tall among the best in the world. The advanced technology, automated systems, and green energy used here all point to one goal: global competitiveness. Mahindra isn't just trying to follow what others are doing. It's trying to redefine how cars are made, powered, and experienced. Every car produced here carries the same level of precision and quality demanded by international markets, which means they are ready for export straight off the line. Mahindra's global vision is already taking shape. The company exports vehicles and tractors to over 100 countries, and the Chakan facility plays a key role in that mission. Cars built here are shipped to markets in Africa, South America, Europe, and even parts of the United States. Beyond exports, Mahindra has also been forming partnerships with international technology firms and battery developers to improve its electric vehicle capabilities. These collaborations help bring global expertise into India while showcasing India's growing technical talent to the world. This global expansion isn't only about profits, it's about proving a point: that India is no longer just a manufacturing hub for others. It's now a source of innovation and leadership. Mahindra's evolution reflects a larger movement happening across the country, where Indian companies are no longer chasing the world's pace. They're matching it, and in some areas even leading. Inside the control room. Inside the control room of Mahindra's Chakan plant, it feels like you've entered the brain of the entire operation. Rows of glowing screens stretch across the walls, displaying streams of live data, graphics, and moving numbers that never stop. This is where everything comes together, where the heartbeat of one of India's most advanced factories can be seen, tracked, and fine-tuned in real time. Engineers sit quietly at their stations, their eyes locked on massive digital dashboards. Each screen tells a different story. One tracks the temperature of the paint line, another monitors the performance of hundreds of robotic arms, while another displays the energy usage of the entire plant. Every color change, every blip, every sound means something. If a single machine starts behaving differently, the system catches it instantly and alerts the team. This room functions like a mission control center for car manufacturing. Every second, thousands of signals flow in from sensors all around the factory, from welding stations, assembly units, and automated guided vehicles moving parts across the floor. These sensors feed data into a central network powered by artificial intelligence. The system analyzes it all in milliseconds, predicting potential issues long before they happen. If a robot's motion slows down by even a fraction, the AI notes it and adjusts other machines to maintain balance. It's a form of intelligent coordination that makes the entire factory run almost like a living organism. The engineers here don't need to shout orders or rush around fixing problems. Instead, they study patterns, tweak performance, and train algorithms to think like human experts. Over time, these algorithms learn to make smarter decisions on their own, reducing waste, saving energy, and increasing precision. The control room feels calm and almost silent, yet it carries the power to halt or restart the entire plant with a single instruction. Every action taken here ripples through the factory floor, influencing hundreds of cars taking shape beyond the glass walls. It is where technology and human instinct blend perfectly, working together to create something far more remarkable than either could accomplish on their own. The ripple effect. The moment Mahindra unveiled its fully automated, AI-powered and eco-friendly plant, it sent a message to the entire industry that Indian engineering has entered a new era. Other automakers were quick to notice. Within months, companies like Tata Motors, Maruti Suzuki, and even newer players like Ola Electric began rethinking their production systems. Some sent entire teams to study Mahindra's model, curious about how the company managed to blend human craftsmanship with machine precision so seamlessly. Suppliers too began upgrading their operations, realizing that to work with Mahindra's next-gen facility, they had to match its speed, accuracy, and sustainability standards. Across universities, professors began referencing Mahindra's Chakan plant as a case study for modern manufacturing. Engineering students who once dreamed of working in Silicon Valley now talk about joining India's smart factories. Technical institutes started offering specialized courses on automation, robotics, and green engineering. The dream shifted. Instead of leaving to build for others, young minds wanted to stay and build for India. Startups caught the wave next. Entrepreneurs saw how Mahindra integrated artificial intelligence into everyday production, and they began developing software that could serve similar industries. Some focused on energy-efficient robotics. Others designed predictive maintenance tools that help factories identify potential faults before they occur. A new ecosystem began forming, a network of companies and creators driven by the idea that technology should not just make things faster, but also smarter and more sustainable. Even government policymakers started paying attention. Mahindra's success became a talking point in national discussions about manufacturing reform. Officials visited the facility to understand how to replicate its methods across other sectors like electronics, aerospace, and defense. Programs promoting Make in India began shifting from slogans to action, encouraging investments in AI, automation, and renewable-powered factories. Local economies near Pune and other industrial zones also began to change. Small workshops and service providers started modernizing their operations. Training centers popped up to prepare workers for new roles, no longer just laborers, but skilled operators capable of managing automated systems. Communities that once depended on manual jobs were suddenly part of something far more advanced. All of this began with one company's vision, a dream to prove that India could compete not by cutting costs, but by creating quality through innovation. Today, that dream is turning into a blueprint for the nation's future. Built by humans, perfected by robots. Walk through the plant and you'll find engineers studying screens with quiet focus, designers sketching out new ideas, and workers adjusting robotic arms with practiced care. You'll often see teams huddled together over a console, sharing ideas or solving problems before they even reach the assembly line. One engineer explains it best. Every robot here might run on code, but it first learned from human hands. Each one was shaped and refined by people who understand the rhythm of metal as it bends and can recognize the perfect hum of a motor running smoothly. Among them is Shivani, a 30-year-old welding shift leader who studied mechatronics at a nearby government college. With a tablet in her hand and a sari neatly tucked under her safety vest, she stands at the center of a hall filled with 500 robots, guiding them with the calm precision of a conductor leading an orchestra. Mahindra aims to have 1 in every 4 production roles filled by women, nearly double the national average. Hiring here focuses on talent and adaptability, not old-school experience. New applicants even go through a virtual reality test that measures how they think and react in a simulated factory. Those who pass join a year-long paid training program where they learn robotics, electric vehicle systems, and practical teamwork skills. Fresh graduates get paired with veterans from Mahindra's older plants, where they swap stories and learn hands-on tricks over coffee, like how to detect tiny machine misalignments or fine-tune a weld by sound alone. Modern safety gear adds comfort too. Exosuits reduce strain, sensor gloves monitor hand pressure, and break rooms adjust lighting to keep workers alert. There's also a real sense of care. Every morning, teams meet for short check-ins where everyone, even interns, can share ideas. One small suggestion recently saved enough power to make a real difference. Mahindra also reaches into nearby communities, sending mobile training labs to teach robotics and offering scholarships to local students. The future of Indian engineering. For many years, India was known for cheap labor and outsourced jobs. But now it's becoming a place where new ideas, smart technology, and bold innovation are taking the lead. Mahindra's factory represents more than the making of electric vehicles. It's the coming together of India's growing tech ecosystem, from artificial intelligence research labs to ambitious startups working on clean mobility. In Bengaluru, young engineers are building smarter batteries. In Hyderabad, coders are designing machine learning systems that can predict mechanical faults before they happen. In Pune, designers are experimenting with sustainable materials that could one day replace steel. All of it connects to one vision: to make India a hub for advanced, intelligent manufacturing. The change didn't happen overnight. Over the past decade, the country has quietly built one of the fastest-growing AI and automation industries in the world. Thousands of new startups now compete in fields like robotics, green energy, and data analytics. Indian universities are churning out more engineering graduates than ever before, many of whom are staying to build companies at home rather than moving abroad. Government policies promoting electric mobility and digital transformation are fueling this shift even further. Mahindra's plant is proof that this ecosystem is beginning to work together in real time. Every robot inside that factory, every sensor and line of AI code, reflects the collective effort of an industry finding its rhythm. It's no longer about following what others have done. It's about leading with ideas that fit India's unique challenges, from affordable green transport to scalable automation that can work in developing regions. This moment marks the start of something much larger. Mahindra may have built the first smart electric vehicle factory of its kind, but others are already following. Tata, Ola Electric, and a wave of new players are investing billions into next-generation mobility and tech-driven production. The future of Indian engineering is unfolding now, and one thing is clear: this factory might be the first, but it won't be the last. India's engineers are just getting started. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.